It's wonderful to have all of you here, and we hope and pray that the holiday season in the next year coming for you is going to be one full of joy, full of happiness, and full of bliss. Many of us, because of the pandemic and other difficulties that came along with it, have been going through a lot of turmoil in our lives. There have been times of difficulties, and sometimes these times seem to linger on and on and on. And it starts to feel as if nothing is going to get better. And so, at times when it looks like things are not working as we expect them to work, or things are contrary to what would make life easier for us, we get devastated. And so how do we deal with situations like that? There's this doctor. He's a very nice doctor. He's got a lot of patients. He helps them a lot. So he takes one day for community service. On that day, patients come to the doctor and they talk about community health, activities that are happening in the community, so the community will get better. So a person comes in and says, doctor, the air quality has become very bad. I'm having a tough time breathing, my family having tough time breathing, some of the family members we know have asthmatic difficulties, are having a tough time. So what should we do? Now the doctor is not only there by himself, because he's got a lot of interns with him too. Because he's trying to guide them so they learn, so that they can practice as they grow in their own fields. And so everyone's watching what kind of an answer is the doctor going to give to this person. And the doctor says, I have a few suggestions for you. We know that we cannot change your environment. You can't leave and go someplace else, because you have your home here, you have a work environment, you have everything that's connected with you is here. So to live in the area. So there are a couple of things that you can do. One is you can buy the best air filter that you can get in the home, so that your air will be purified. There are a lot of gadgets in the market which can bring the pollutants down in the area where you live. After the person is gone, the doctor asks the interns, what do you learn from this interaction? So the interns tell him that we learned that the environment is not going to change. The environment is there, so we need to make adjustments to make sure that we can live properly there. So the doctor's happy they got the point that he was trying to put across. Next, a young lady comes in and she says, the water quality has gone very bad. There have been these floods that came in, and the water that we get is really, really bad. And how would you suggest we deal with that? So the doctor responds like he did before. You are getting the water through the taps, so you can't change that. You can't dig your own well and make sure that the well is not polluted. So the water that you get, if through rains and through other processes, if something is not what you think it should be, you can do a few things too. You can buy a water filter and put in all the faucets in your home, so that the water that you drink is good. You can buy bottled water, so the quality of your water that you drink is good. And make sure you get the water in glass containers, not in plastic bottles, so that the contamination is less. A thing that people have done over the years is to boil the water before you use it. Because there's been the belief that when we boil the water, the difficulties that the water is bringing to us will all be gone. And so this lady goes, and so the doctor asked the interns the same question, and they came back with the same answer, that we learned that we have to drink the water, we can't do without drinking the water, so we need to make adjustments. And so this doctor is helping others, and someone else comes with another problem, someone else comes with another problem, and the doctor gives them solutions, which are basically to make adjustments to whatever the environment is. And he goes home. And he's sitting for dinner with his wife and a couple of kids, and they just start to talk. And the doctor said, boy, I've been giving so much advice to all these people who came with problems to me, but I'm wondering if I can get some help myself and find some answers to the fears that I have, to the difficulties that I have in dealing with life in itself. Because he said, life has become very difficult for me. I have to work many hours, I've got so many things to do, just to balance things out. I'm not feeling that clear in my head. And so his wife says, oh, there's a saintly person. Maybe you should go see him. They go to this saintly person. And as they go to the saintly person, the doctor asks him, how can I deal with the fears and thoughts about the future not being correct for me? Because that is bothering me a lot. And so the saintly person asks him, what do you do? He says, I'm a doctor. And says, so when someone comes with a problem, what suggestions do you give them? So he says, I suggest to them that you cannot change the environment, but you can focus on yourself to deal with the environment, to protect yourself, to make sure that you are not affected by the environment. And the saint said, okay, I want you to understand this one verse written by a great poet saint called Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj. So he told him this verse, okay? He says, if you understand this verse, you're going to be okay. You're going to be happy, you're going to be joyous, everything's going to be great for you. And so this verse says, it says, हाथ साथे जिंदगी से डरने वाले और हैं. हाथ साथे जिंदगी, it means it's a life of challenge, a life of difficulties, a life where you have, one thing go wrong, another thing go wrong. Just like we had the pandemic, and then we lost our jobs, and then maybe we got an illness that came in. Like one after another, things are happening in your life. That's what haath saath means, like things are happening. So haath saath is zindagi, the different happenings of life, which are bringing difficulties to us. So darne wale aur hain. There's people who are afraid of that. They think these are some other kind of people. Okay? That's what this verse is saying. मेरा सागर तो जवाबे गर्दिश अयाम है. So Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj is saying the life that I'm living is a life which is an answer to all the challenges of life. So if we were to do a formal translation, it would be, it is others who fear the misfortunes of life. My cup is the answer to the challenges of the time. And so the word which is used in the original language is sagar. Sagar generally means the ocean. An ocean, so the assembly that Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj is talking about is that, life is full of ups and downs. There are bound to be times in each one of our lives we are passing through difficult times, financial problems, physical problems, relationship problems, difficulties that seem like they're never ending, they're coming one after another, after another. He says that's a part of life, that's the environment we live in. We don't know what karma we brought when we got this human existence. So we're not aware of what this life is going to bring to us. And so things are going to happen. Some of them we're going to like, some of them we're not going to like. Some of them which go along with what we expect them to be, and others which are contrary to what our expectations are. So he says, that's a part of life. And then there are many people who then come down to that environment. Let's say you got a sickness, yeah, and the doctor tells you it's terminal. Yeah. Now, the doctors are telling you it's terminal, but everything is terminal. All of us are going to die. Nothing new about that, right? We all know we're physically going to die one day. Some are going to go earlier, some will go with a heart attack, some will go with some cancer, some will go with trouble in the stomach, some will go with some other kind of problem, some will get into an accident. We all are going to go. Some go in their own sleep, very sweetly, right? So when a doctor tells you terminal, they are guessing at how quickly you might go. It's a guess. No one can tell you exactly when you're going to go. Yeah. Now, we all know, as we age, we start to realize, okay, the time that we have, we don't know how long it is, but it's getting less and less and less. When you're young, you don't worry about that. But as you age, somewhere along the line, as you see some of your uncle and aunts gone, as you become like the eldest in the whole family, as you realize that, okay, now you become like not only uncle, but like a grandparent, you say, okay, my time is coming, I'm going to go. We all know, doctor doesn't have to tell us that, right? But when a doctor tells us it's terminal, we get devastated. Yeah. They don't know when we are going to go. We know many cases where the doctor said, oh, maybe you only have 3 or 4 days left, and the person left for a few years. The things have happened, okay? That when it happens to you or your family or someone close that you know, then you know that that can happen. But at that time, many people break down. They have a very difficult time dealing with that environment, with that situation. Yeah. It's the same thing. You could be doing very well in life financially, and all of a sudden you have a downfall, and whatever your finances are, whether it's a job or a business, it goes down, and all of a sudden you don't know how to deal with it. And there are people who, in those states, do all kinds of activities which bring them down and down and down. Some people start to do drugs or do drinking and alcohol, and it's a downer in their life. People deal with difficulties in many different ways. And so Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is saying that it is others who fear the misfortune of life. Because it's the fear that puts us in the state where we do things which are not normal, which we should not have been doing, which takes us away from our happiness and joy. And he says, Mera Sagar. The word Sagar is used because we talk about life as being in an ocean where we are supposed to go on the other side. Okay? And so the Sagar word is talking about the journey that we have. And a translation to do easily, the word cup is used here to show that this is my life. And my life is a life of intoxication. That I am living in that ocean which is always calm and peaceful and happy and joyous, in which there's only happiness and nothing else, and where there's always states of bliss. That Mera Sagar to Jawabe Gardashe Aayam hai. That it says like my life, my cup, my existence, this human body has been called like a cup in which you can put in whatever you want. Now this cup could be focused on the world, which is what many people are, or this cup could be focused on God. This life can be focused on our activities in the world, or this life can be focused on God. Now, if our life is focused on the activities in the world, then we are always fearful, because we don't know what the future is going to bring, and then this is why fear comes into our life. But if this life is focused on God, then we know nothing can go wrong in God's presence. And so how do we get there? How do we focus our life on God? Because Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is saying that my life is an answer to all of this turmoil of life. So what is his answer? His answer is to lead a life which is godly. His answer is to lead a life which we are closer to God. His answer is to lead a life in which we experience God. His answer is to be focused on God so that we are in a state of bliss and joy and happiness for all times to come. And that's the answer to deal with the ups and downs of life. And so the key is to realize that the environment is always going to be hostile. Okay? For us to think that all our life no problem will come is like a misunderstanding for us. So life brings difficulties. Things happen contrary to what we expect. Okay? But we have to deal with it in the best possible manner. The air will get polluted, the water will get bad. Okay? Those things do happen in our lives. But we need to make the right adjustments to deal with it so that our life can go better. And so here, through this verse, Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is saying that it is others who fear the misfortunes of life. My cup is the answer to the challenges of the time. My life, my cup of intoxication, because I'm getting all the intoxication from being with God, by loving God, by being close to God, by experiencing God through the light and sound of God. And that connection with the divine light and divine sound is what makes me understand the presence of God in my life, so that nothing is there in life that I'm fearful about. Because if God is with you, then what is there to worry about? If God is with us, everything's going to be correct. And so Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj here is telling us that to lead life is not to worry about things. There's the saying that worry and hurry, I think, takes you towards your grave. And so when we worry about something, we don't help it. We should do something to help whatever the environment is. We need to find solutions to whatever arena we find ourselves in, and not worry about the future. Each and every one of us has a karmic load that we bring in. God is aware of what the karma is, and so God helps us to be able to deal with that karma, and God has given us this opportunity to merge ourselves back with God. And so all the help that we need is provided to us, but we have to partake of that help. It's just like you go to a doctor, you're sick, they give you medicine, you get the medicine, but you don't take it. So your illness will not go away. So God has given us this opportunity to be with God. Now we need to do our part. We need to connect with God. We need to focus within. We need to be taking steps so that we can find that connection. And that connection, Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is telling us, is a connection which then will put us in a state of no fear, no anxiety, no difficulty, no struggle, because then we will realize that whatever is happening to us is for our highest good. And everything that is right for us is what will pan out in our lives. And so when we lead a life like that, then we will be leading lives which are calm, which are peaceful, which are happy and joyous. And that all comes as we focus within. And that's what meditation is all about. Meditation not like closing your eyes and just sitting there. Meditation is experiencing the joys of life. The joys of life that come with closeness with God. And irrespective of what part of the world we live in, irrespective of whatever our faiths are, irrespective of whatever our cultures are, we all can be one with God. That's what the great saints and mystics have been telling us over the years. That we all can experience God. It's a question of who is going to focus in the right direction. And that direction is on the inside. And this is why so much emphasis is placed on meditation. Because that's a means by which we experience the divine light and sound of God. That's a means by which we transport ourselves from the pulls of the world outside to the joys within. And so as we meditate and as we connect with the divine light and as we connect with the divine sound within, then we are transported into regions which are more calmer, which are more peaceful than this physical world of ours. And the more we experience the divine light and sound, the more clarity we get into our own existence as to how we should be leading our lives. And irrespective of whatever happens in the surrounding outside. There are times when difficulties do come in, but you have to deal with it. Our job is to navigate through that difficult environment and get to our goal. And the right navigation comes in when we go within. The right navigation comes in when we experience God within ourselves. And that happens as we sit in silence, as we meditate. So let us meditate for a few minutes. Please sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes very gently, just like you close them when you go to sleep. Your eyeball should be straight, focused, 8 or 10 inches in front of you. And as you close your eyes, those of you who have been initiated in the mysteries of the beyond, please do a Simran. And those of you who are new here, please repeat any name of God that you feel comfortable with. You should do like a mental repetition. I pray to God Almighty and to the three great spiritual masters of the past century, Azur Baba Sawan Singh Ji Maharaj, Param Sant Kapal Singh Ji Maharaj, and the Alpura Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj to help each and every one of us connect with the divine power within and to experience the divine light within ourselves. So we'll be sitting for a few minutes. I'll be getting out of this meditative state at that time, and my best wishes are with each and every one of you. Please leave off. Please leave off.